This meeting is being recorded. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my Level Up session. I missed you guys with Level Up last week because I had my dream reset happening. But we're back today with our Level Up session. And today we're going to be talking about integrity. But before we start, we're going to dance. So let's get to it. I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric. Move, guys, let's move. All through my city, all through my heart. We're flying up no ceiling when we in our zone. Got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off the ball. It's so phenomenal. Woo! Go! Yeah, I see you. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. All right. Good job, guys. Good job. So, if you're new, let me explain why we dance. We're moving our energy because so many of us, when we start working and we sit down at our computer or a desk, whatever, we just kind of get stuck and we get stuck in all the stuff we're doing, and we forget to celebrate. We forget to have fun. We got to move that energy around. And when you shift and you move and you get that positive energy going through your body, which is what happens when we dance and when we move or when we walk or exercise. That's why exercise is so important for us, right? I mean, you hear the word exercise and it's like a dirty word. It's like nobody wants to do it. It's so hard. I don't want to. It doesn't have to be hard. Go dance. It's fun. And it moves your energy around. And when you move your energy through your body, then you're shifting things up and you're receiving even more of that magical positive energy. So thanks, guys, for dancing with me. That's what we're going to do each week. So today we are going to be talking about integrity and the reason why integrity is so important, and it leads to abundance, right? And I think for most of us, we just take it for granted. It's one of those words that you just kind of hear, and when you're raised and brought up, you hear your parents talk about it, and we talk to our kids about integrity, being that person that you want to be kind to people and be good to people and be that way even when people aren't watching, right? That's when you hear integrity, that's what I think about. I think about how is it that we are behaving when no one's around. God's around. He's always around. He always knows what we're doing, right? But I'm talking about other people. How are we behaving? And how that can open up true abundance for us. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. We are exploring integrity, what it really means, how it shows up in our life, because again, it's in little ways, guys, that we don't even think about. So I'm going to be talking about that here in just a bit. I'm going to share some examples for you so you kind of know what I'm talking about. And then again, how it's going to open up the doors to true abundance. And I mean abundance of anything, abundance of money, abundance of love, abundance of time. It will open up abundance of everything for you, just living your life in integrity, which is what God expects from us, right? So, and it's being honest just in small ways, keeping your promises, aligning your words and your actions, treating people with respect and compassion. And it's kind of funny because I recently, the reason that this came to me, it's actually come to me a couple of times. And when certain things come at me from different directions, then that tells me that I'm absolutely supposed to share it. God's given me those signs that I'm supposed to share it with people. And so the first way that it came to me was with my husband, because he recently, before the school season, he was asked to mentor high school football players. The football team at our local high school, apparently they have mentors. He's never done this before. And I mean, it's been a long time since our kids were in high school. So, we don't really, you kind of lose touch with what's going on out there. And the coach was approaching people that he knew in the community that played football and that are, good people in the community to mentor these students. And so my husband has started doing that this year. And that's one of the things that he talks to he has two students. He had three at the beginning. The other one got bumped down to JV because apparently they just do varsity. So he had three. Now he's down to two. But each time that he goes, there's usually a mentor that isn't able to be there. And so he takes on their kids too. So he has like 4 to 5 kids each week when he goes. And one of the things that he is talking to these young people about is integrity. So he was sharing that with me. And I thought, oh, yeah, that's really good. It's important, especially teenagers, to hear these things from someone other than your parent, someone other than your coach. And, obviously you're not going to hear these things from your friends. And that's usually who, for the most part, I'm sure there's kids out there who do talk about integrity with their friends, but not many at this age. And they need that. And a lot of these kids are coming from single parent homes, and they really need to hear about integrity and how to hold yourself accountable. So I heard it first from him, and then over the weekend I have my journal that I read scripture every day, and one of the content, what I was reading, it was about integrity and basically how that's what God expects of us. And when we, go out into the world and we show kindness to other people, and we do these things without being prompted, without having pressure from an outside source. We do it because that's who we are. Then God, He rewards us with true abundance, full abundance. And that's what we're all looking for, right? We are looking for abundance. We are looking for freedom. We're looking for time freedom. We are looking for financial freedom. We are looking for abundance of love, abundance of happiness, abundance of money. That's what we're looking for. So that's why I'm here to talk about integrity. So the foundation of integrity is when you are that person, your morals, that person, when people are not pressuring you, you're not having someone looking at you and seeing how you're going to react. You're just reacting this way because that's who you are. That is the integrity that I'm talking about. It builds trust. It builds credibility with people who know you and who don't know you. It builds the trust and accountability with yourself. Because a lot of times, guys, it's not that we are, so many times we hold ourselves at a lesser level than other people. We show kindness and compassion to other people, but when it comes to ourselves, we have terrible self-talk, right? We talk bad about ourselves. All we talk about is the negative and the things that we've not accomplished and the things that we don't like about ourselves. And so sometimes it's showing ourselves that compassion and that kindness, not just for other people. But yes, it does. It builds trust and it builds credibility for you and within yourself. It's the foundation for all relationships, abundant relationships, opportunity, and all kinds of resources, right? So just to kind of give you an example of what I'm talking about when I talk about integrity, like small things. And small things are the big things, right? You go through life a lot of times and you don't even realize that the small things, those little things, are the big things. And so an example is when I worked my job, I had been there a long time and I knew all my coworkers, and I loved all my coworkers, and they're good people. If you're lacking integrity, it doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad person. It just means you kind of need to look at yourself a little bit better. Take that long, hard look at yourself and make some changes. So when I was at my job, there was a group of ladies who they were the ones who always kind of talked about everybody. They talked about people in the office that worked there. They talked about our patients. They talked about the boss. They talked about anything and everything, right? And I got sucked into that a lot, and I chose it. It wasn't like they were forcing me. I chose to be in that. And what I discovered over time is that there were times that I was not involved in it, and I would know, like, they're in that room over there and they're talking about somebody. I don't know who, I don't know what, but I wasn't able to be in there. And what I realized is that it wasn't just about me wanting to know what was being said. It was about me being worried that they were saying it about me. That's what I came to realize, that I was concerned that they might be doing that talking that's not good about me. And when I realized that, that's when I stopped engaging. That's when I said, I'm not doing this anymore because I don't like that. If I feel this way and I'm worried that they're talking about me, I don't want to be a part of that happening with someone else. And then someone else not even knowing it, even if they don't know what's going on, right? I didn't want to be a part of that. So that's when I took myself out of that equation and I said, I'm not going to be a part of this anymore. And go figure that, I don't know, 6-8 months later, I was the one who got let go because I worked small business. Well, I didn't get let go. I left because I was going to get a pay cut and I didn't want the pay cut. I was like, that's not happening. So I chose to leave. But I know I kind of got targeted because I was not in that anymore. I had pulled myself away. And what happened is that one of the ladies who was involved in it, she went to my boss and said, I don't think Norma likes me. And the fact of the matter is, I really did like her. She's a nice person. She's a good person. I didn't like that aspect of her, but I don't judge people by one character trait on their whole person, right? I just didn't want to be a part of that anymore. And that became an issue between her and my boss that overflowed into me. And then, you see what I'm saying? So that is a small thing that can become a big thing, and it's integrity. You don't do that to people. You don't talk about people behind closed doors. You don't make fun of people. You don't talk about financial situations or whatever the situation may be. You just don't do that. And if you do associate with it, then over time, it either becomes who you are. You either start taking on that role and it becomes who you are, or it can affect you in other negative ways. So get that out of your life, if at all possible, because yes, I ended up leaving. Yes, it was difficult at first, but once I did leave that job, that's when I realized how much stress was on me, and I didn't realize it. And it has been such a blessing for me to be gone from that, not just because of the negative situations and the talk, not just about that, but it was because of my job. I didn't like my job, and I got paid well. I didn't like my job. So sometimes we have to really take a look at our situation and decide what's best for us in the long run. And for me, my mental health and being happy far outweighed a paycheck. It far outweighed being with people that I liked that didn't really want to surround myself with anymore because I had outgrown them. I was trying to step into that new me, which I talk to you guys about all the time, stepping into that new you and releasing the things that don't suit you anymore. They're just not doing anything for you. And the reason that that's important is because when you release the old, you're making room for the new. You're making room for the abundance that I'm talking to you about. So the integrity is huge. Make sure that you are that person behind closed doors. You are that person when you are alone. You are that person that lifts people up, kind to people, and that you are the person who is that way with high morals, high integrity at all times, not just around certain people and not just in certain situations. So I wanted to talk to you guys about like self check. Like, look at your actions and look at your values, right? What is it that for you, because we're all different, we have different things that we value in our life. For me, it's family, God one, family number two, my work is number three. What my business and my family are very close because I feel like we can have both. I feel like we can have a very successful business and we can have a successful family life. But God is always first. So look at your life and kind of do a self check every now and then. It's not something you have to do every day. Maybe every couple of weeks, take a look at what's going on. Like, really take a look and see, are my actions aligning with my values? Is it what I truly want out of my life? Or am I somewhere, letting something go? I'm not aligned up. Really kind of look at it and do an assessment every now and then. Just kind of, and be consistent with it. Don't just do it and then 6 months down the road you realize that you haven't, done the self check. Check it consistently and be like, hey, especially if it's something big, if it's like some big decision or but even small, because again, the small things are the big things. But always, be consistent with checking yourself. And then again, be accountable. Be accountable for whatever it is that you choose to do. Whether you decide to give that person another chance that is really dragging you down and you feel like, oh, they're not really who I want to be anymore. I'm going to give them another chance. But be accountable that that's your choice. They're not doing anything to you. You're choosing it. And if it's not serving you, then let it go. And I'm not saying you got to get the person totally out of your life. I'm just saying limit your access or limit their access to you, right? Because you're protecting you. You're protecting your soul. You're protecting your happiness. You're protecting your business, your family. You're protecting you. So really limit the people who are, or the things, the people, the situations that are really not serving you any longer. So let's see here, guys. I wanted to see before I get to, because I know you guys probably have some questions, you have some things you want to share, and I always welcome that because I learn from you guys. I appreciate you guys for being here because I know we're busy. We have busy lives. We have busy schedules. So thank you for being here. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I hear you. I know. I hear you. So a little exercise that it just takes a couple minutes, right? And what I want you to do is I want to imagine your life fully aligned with your values, walking in integrity. And how does the abundance show up for you? Is it in a relationship? Is it money? Is it happiness? Is it your health? Is it some promotion that you had been thinking you couldn't get or that you were hoping for? Is it an opportunity, some type of a business opportunity that you just knew was meant for you and you just hadn't made room for it in your life? Because that's what it boils down to, guys. We only have so much and we got to release. When we release the negative and when we fully show up for ourselves and we really make that shift, then we can allow in the abundance because it's there for us, guys. It is there for us. So that's what I want you to do today is take just a couple of minutes and just imagine, what does that look like? If you are fully aligned with your values and you are doing all the things, whatever it is that you are looking for, because it could be abundance, and again, any of these aspects. How is it showing up for you? How are you imagining that it's showing up? And again, give your brain that target. Give your brain the target to land, because that's what we're wanting. We are wanting the abundance. So imagine that. Integrity equals alignment with God, self, and others. Integrity. Then abundance follows. It will follow in many forms, guys, many forms. And then every day, I want you to tell yourself, I live with integrity. Abundance flows to me in every area of my life, not just one area, every area. Relationships, love, health, finances, happiness. Maybe it's, you want travel. Maybe you want that new business opportunity. Abundance will follow. It will follow the integrity. So I hope that gives you some value, because it did me whenever I, again, coming at me twice just in the last week. I knew that I had to talk to you guys about integrity and abundance, because so often we think that we have to have one or the other. We have to be a good person and we have to be poor. And that's not the case, guys. God wants us to have abundance. He has it there for us. It is already there for us, ready for us to take it, ready for us to step into it, right? So we get to have both. It's not one or the other. We don't get to be kind and compassionate and loving and be broke. It's not what he wants for us. But we have to be ready to receive it. And I think that so many times people like me, we were raised to be that person. We were raised to love God, do for people, be kind to people, be giving. But in the giving, it was like we give and we give and we give and we give, and we never talked about receiving. We never talked about that. Did y'all? How was y'all's life? No? Yeah, I didn't either. I wasn't raised that way. I wasn't raised to think that it's okay to receive. Honestly, it never occurred to me. I was raised that you earn it. You earned a spot on the team. You earned that trip to go to state to sing in the choir. You earned the money that you had at your job because you had to earn it. You didn't just get it. You didn't just get a paycheck because you showed up. You had to earn it. You had to earn the raise. You had to do whatever it was to go above and beyond in order to get more. But the reality is, with God, it's already there. It's already been promised us, guys. And we just have to be ready to receive it. But if we have some weird block about receiving abundance, like, oh, no, that's okay. And that was me. That was me, guys. I was the person who's like, someone would say, oh, if we're going to lunch, and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to go today. I just don't have the money for that today. I'll get it for you. No big deal. And I'm like, oh, no, you're not doing that for me. Why? I'll pay him back tomorrow. I just didn't have the cash on me today. But yet that was me. No. Compliments. Norma, you look great today. Oh, God, I look like crap. I don't know what you're talking about, but I look like crap. Reflect abundance. Reflect. And if we keep doing that, we're never going to get it. We're never going to get it, guys. Start receiving. But in order to receive, we got to let go. We got to let go, release the stuff that's not serving us anymore. Release it. Live in integrity. Love people. Be kind to people. Be compassionate to people. Be giving to people. And be ready to receive. Be ready to receive your abundance. It's right there. It's right there. You got this. All right, I'm going to turn off the recording and answer any questions that you guys may have.